listening to an immediate introduction to part 2 of 2 of RV Romero's original radio drama absurdity of Executive Proportions, Taking It to the Man, starring Ian Calvin as the man. This week, part 2, the dramatic conclusion of the 2-part series.
So there he is.
There's the man.
Looks like Bo standing up there on his pedestal.
All grown up like.
Oh, he's a regular statue, he is.
Just like a god.
So how long is portrait painting supposed to take? I ain't paying you by the hour here.
Just one moment, monsieur man. You cannot rush perfection, no?
Well, just as long as you make sure and leave out the wrinkles, understand?
S'il vous plaît, monsieur man. You talk too much.
Now, that's the first time I ever heard that, but I never had my portrait painted neither.
Yes. We're almost done.
Well, you have to wrap it up now, Picasso. There's an official business to attend to.
S'il vous plaît.
At ease, gentlemen. Now, as y'all can see, I'm the man, and I'm officially coming to my own as the man. There ain't much I don't get my hands on these days, but I'll have you understand my power and far-reaching enough. My mission and my work still ain't done, and that's where you all come in. You see, I need you to prepare and to pave the way for me to sign them documents which need to be signed that will enable us to get done what we need to get done to get ahead. Y'all got that? And the key word is for us, not them, gentlemen, to get ahead. And so, that's why I got y'all here today. Now, it's my understanding that each of you has a document already prepared for me. And in an orderly fashion, I'd like to start the process by signing them documents now. Thank you. Thank you very much, son. Good work. Thank you. Here, keep the pen. Look at that one. I misspelled my name. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, this here's a great day for us and the people of the highest level of the Foundation. And I can say confidentially, within the confines of this sacred office, that it was the refusal and denial of the survival care program that was in large part responsible for this glorious day. And so then, I would like to present now a present of absurd capital value to our esteemed friend of the High Foundation, the captain of capital, whose brilliant idea it was to restrict the survival care services in the first place.
Thanks so much. So gosh, what an honor you're managing. I mean, sir, I don't even know what to do with all this capital.
Well, you've earned it.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there's plenty more where that came from, in case y'all were wondering. And that's how you handle the situation, just like that. Goes to show how much more productive I am with the place to myself. I can...
Finally, get some work done.
Around here, huh? Well...
That was weird. It's been...
happening a lot lately. There it was again. Oh, well, it's nothing really. Numbers are good, and capital is up while production is low. That's all I know. There's...
nothing to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. I guess all this jabbering is making me half crazy. Where's the help when you need it?
Is that you, sir?
Of course it is, you fools. Who else do you think you work for? Listen, in a few minutes, a very important person is going to be coming along these parts, and I want you to steer him directly this way. You hear me?
Yes, sir. I'll hear you.
As though he was leading the beast to his master, sir.
Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, or something like that.
And who might we say is the beasts were made to greet?
Well, actually, that's none of your business, you ignorant fool. Just because you asked and because I am the man, you should know that there's always important people around here to see me. And who'd have thought that today I'd be meeting with a man from another foundation?
Not me.
Takes us by surprise, it does.
Most of these mans are people you wouldn't want to associate with. People who represent their own nasty breed of inhabitants. But, oh well. All part of the job, I guess.
We'll see to him when he arrives.
Well, make sure you do. Amazing the necessary means.
One must go through.
To keep getting ahead, personally, almost makes you wonder when enough is enough.
Or not.
And there he is now, a meeting of the mans. Mr. Man?
Sir, how do you do?
Fine, man. I must say I do enjoy your suit.
I see we both shop at the same high-level foundational locations.
Of course, being a man has its privileges.
Right you are.
But please, man, make yourself at home. After all, my foundation is your foundation. I trust you brought your appetite.
Don't leave home without it.
That's clever. What we have here, my good man, is a more than partial servant of the innards of a highly exotic animal. I wish I could say I was responsible for nabbing this creature myself, but that wouldn't be the truth. The important thing is, as far as capital value is concerned, it's blatantly high on the scale, as is the silverware and all that.
Bon appetit.
Now, I suppose you're wondering why I'd be having you here with all this pomp and circumstance.
The thought had crossed my mind. The two of us have had hard dealings in the past. Your foundation in mind, don't you know?
I'm vaguely familiar with the histories, but what's done is done.
Not forgotten.
So maybe we can ease those tensions.
With?
A new alliance.
I'm listening, man, but you'd better start selling fast.
Why don't you go ahead and take a short walk with me? Well, this is the spot.
Good heavens, man. Where is this place?
This is the fun zone, man. The fun zone training center is more like. Can't you hear how much fun the boys is having?
Sounds deliciously exciting, man. Oh, what jolly good fun your fun zone is.
Wait till they start blowing things up.
Oh, yes. Wonderful.
So then I guess you mean you want in on the action.
Well, naturally, of course. If it would help the appropriate levels of my own foundation achieve a headedness, you know, personally, which is what I can only imagine you're arriving at.
It is.
But I'm concerned about our level of involvement. You're proposing to place the both of us in the middle of a fun zone, my good man.
That's a fair concern.
Not to mention I don't completely understand how the entire proposition works.
The basic foundation of the foundation principles break down into several key details as follows.
Yes?
But first, why don't we go ahead and step back into my office? Finish this discussion in privacy.
Yes, I've seen enough here.
All right, bring it in. Wrap it up, boys. Now, don't give me that. There's plenty of time for killing after dinner.
Now, man, you are saying?
Of course. You see, it boils down to we've got a good thing going with the survival care denial program that's functioning behind the complex equations here.
Unfamiliar, yes. It's not the same approach as our rational foundation, but...
If it works, it will be. All I'm saying is capital venturing, and subversive pecking orders make for interesting alliances.
So what do you propose?
The survival care issue is what sets the stage for everything else. By cutting it off, making it harder to achieve for the masses, they pay any price.
Participate in any task.
It's genius. We convince them that, say for example, we'll give them the survival care if they participate in the fun zone, let's say, or even if the fun zone is necessary to achieve survival care. And then we use the fun zone or whatever else we create to make the ultimate capital gain, which we're able to divert behind some numbers, see?
Use one to build the other.
And here's the best part.
Naturally, there's more.
When all's said and done, we don't have to give them nothing. That's where we pick up most of the amount of slack.
And if the majorities protest?
Then we give them something else to protest about angrily, which is easy to do. Then they turn their back to what it is that's getting all of us ahead while putting them behind personally. They lose their mind and they don't know where to start.
A wonderful diversion of power.
Of course, I can't take the credit for the idea.
Then who can?
Naturally,
Well-oiled machine.
So I hear.
the only thing left to do is first, create the diversion, create the reason why, and then if we can count on you to match our forces and the waging of fun against, let's say, the Foundation back and to the left of us, there's no telling how far we get ahead personally. This could be the big one I'm talking about.
Interesting. Interesting, man. I must say a fine choice in regards to a foundation in deservance of pilferance. You certainly picked a nasty lot.
It shouldn't be a hard sell. And with so many fine capital venturing opportunities for the taking, there's no telling how many resources the both of us could acquire over adequate amounts of time with our inhabitants convinced it's necessary to stand behind us.
Then we'd be willing to hold your hand in the matter, man, as long as you're responsible for the diversion and you pretend to promise to be the least bit gentle with the victims while being mostly loyal towards us.
We'll see about that, but I'm pleased to hear you made the right decision. Let's go ahead and put it in writing then. Now, you leave the spinning part to me.
Naturally, man. Cheers to our impending aheadedness in the personal department.
Now that you made it official, my good man, it's time for that grand diversion.
So soon?
I have this lever right here on my side, puts the whole thing in motion, just like that.
A way of shaking things up, I would presume.
Most naturally, of course.
Well then, we shan't waste more time.
Well, my fair man, it's time to cast an ear out to the faraway reaches of my own fair foundation, which is finally about to be shaken to its very core.
For the good of the privileged.
For the good of the machine.
Make it thus.
Yeehaw, baby, here we go.
I gotta get out of here! I gotta get out of here!
The strange and unexpected occurrence in the epicenter of the Foundation has shaken the society as a whole to its very existence.
At this time, it's hard to make anything out from anything, but we do know that finally the man has arrived on the scene, and through the chaos and the hordes of unfortunate demise, he is standing by to deliver a message to the people of the Foundation. I would assume a message of hope and perseverance.
Let's go ahead and cut to that message now.
My fellow Foundation dwellers, I know that now is a time that would seem ripe for despair, but despair we shall not. I'm here to tell you that there will always be those of unscrupulous spirit who might wish to put us in the way of danger. And so it was with this recognition that I report that what we witnessed here today was a crack in our foundation.
A crack! I gotta get out of here! I gotta get out of here!
There's no cause for further alarm yet. It is with my suspicion, let's go ahead and call it belief, that this crack was not something that occurred from natural occurrences. In fact, why anything of ill consequences could occur within our foundation would stand as unreasonable and impossible to me. And so, bearing these beliefs in mind, I feel I have no choice but to promise to resort to any means necessary, even and especially if it means killing, to get to the bottom of this matter and determine both the cause and those who were contributors to this horrific event.
Mr. Man, who or what is responsible?
Well, now that's a tough one. Promise to believe whatever I tell you?
Just this once, maybe.
It was them.
What?
Them, right there.
Let's get 'em!
And with one finger pointing towards the Foundation that's back into the left of our fine and beloved foundational home, both man and Foundation dwellers alike finally had reason to cast the first stone in the general direction of our long-time misunderstood foe, in what is now being referred to as Operation Eye for an Eye. We'll have more details as the situation unfolds.
Thank you for that. Let's go ahead and cut to our on-the-field coverage of the inevitable contest between the man and those who would be his opposition in regards to these recent decisions. John?
Welcome to our coverage. The man's stepping up for a big play right now. He's left the huddle with the sort of confidence, a sort of swagger we haven't seen in recent years.
Let's see how he faces the first wave of opposition. They come with a media blitz.
He jukes to the left. Look at that. He sidesteps the entire objectionable issues.
It's been a good year for the man in that regard.
This is a classic example of the man running his mouth and making up big points to bail himself out of difficult situations.
Let's see if the representatives of the Foundation will put more pressure on him.
Mr. Man, that's an outrage!
Oh yeah? Take that!
And the man delivers a devastating cheap shot right between the representative's eyes.
He just stepped up and boom!
It hasn't been pretty for the man here today, but it's been effective.
He's sidestepping the media blitz, getting past the representative defenders. And now it looks like he's headed straight for the stand.
A big stiff arm right there to the lower levels of the stadium. It's getting ugly.
Let's go ahead and get a word from the man out there on the field.
What? Listen, I'll take an ugly victory any day. Y'all hear that?
Mr. Man, a truly decisive performance from the field, but did you have to turn your wrath in on everybody?
Look, I'm here to win capital gains. And whatever I have to do to get the job done is what I'm going to do. Pure and simple.
We'll be right back then, after these words from our sponsors.
And cut.
Did I do okay?
Brilliant. You were brilliant, baby. These ratings will run wild.
I'm sure they will, but at what cost to myself? Guess it don't rightly matter as long as I stick to my story and don't fess up to nothing. And maybe I ought to smoke a cigarette on that. Meditate for a while. This is hard work being the man. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of demand for your time. If I were any less of a person, I might not be up to it.
Sir?
What the heck you doing here, Fisher? I thought I fired you.
But you can't.
Who are you that's gonna tell me what I can and can't do, you moron?
I can say what you're doing isn't right.
I'll make the decisions around here, Fisher. Now you better get along home before you get in trouble.
I can't let you do this, sir.
I'm not asking for your permission.
You can't get rid of me.
I already did. Now get away before I get rid of you completely.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah? Guards! Guards, arrest this man. He's threatening me.
You can fool the people for some of the time, but they find out in the end.
I'll have you know that I'm sick of your threats and sick of your truth, Fisher. You've been a pain in my side since the beginning. It's time you learned a lesson.
Sir! Sir! Oh! No!
What's the trouble here, boss?
Well, it's about time, but there's no more action.
Shall we snap him in two for you, sir? See what his insides are all about, then?
No, that's not going to be necessary. In fact, I want you to string him up, boys. I have something to show our Mr. Fisher.
Why are you doing this, sir? Those ropes are too tight. What is this?
Take him over here, boys.
Oh! Hey, put me down. Hey, let me go.
Feast your eyes on this side, my fair-minded Fisher. Here you see the simple plans for my biggest project yet. One that you'll never be able to stop.
It's a giant ladder.
Not just a ladder, stupid. We're talking about the ladder.
I don't understand.
The social ladder, you moron. My goodness, Fish, you always were a dense one.
What are you going to do with it?
It's not what I'm going to do with it, son. It's what I intend not to have you do with it.
How?
There is such a thing as a ladder principle in the Foundation. By that, what I mean to say is, it's the way my daddy became the man, and the way I became the man.
Now, let's take, for example, well, a group of people like you, Mr. Fisher.
Now, Fisher ain't really our friend when it comes down to it, because he's not good enough, or most importantly, his people before him weren't good enough to establish themselves at the top of the ladder.
We've worked hard.
And you may have had your chance to get ahead, but you always did the right thing. Collectively, you never stole, hurt, broke, or used others to get ahead.
No, sir, we didn't.
And praise you for it, Fish. But that's my point. For a smart guy, this is where you go stupid. There's always been people like you, but they aren't fit to be in my position, understand? You don't have it in you to realize that lying and stealing and cheating is just what the man does. The concept isn't built in your life substance like it is in me.
That's what you believe, but I don't.
Which is why there's always been a ladder to begin with, to give you and all your miserable friends the illusion that you can get to the top of it.
It's not an illusion.
You're right. And that's why I'm going to give you the opportunity to climb it now, just like I give anybody else of your common status in this foundation the chance. So, you go ahead and work hard and do the right thing, and trudge ahead and get to the top of it for us, Fisher. Oh, look at that. He's doing a halfway decent job, boys. Looks like he almost might get ahead. Why don't you go ahead and pay him a little visit? Sorry about that, Fish.
That wasn't fair, sir.
Fairness has nothing to do with it. Maybe you just weren't lucky enough this time, but you can always try again.
You just pull me off.
I promise I won't so much as touch even.
You promise?
On my word, Fish, this giant hammer I wield in my hands isn't going to be anywhere near your person.
What are you going to do? Have one of these guys break my legs?
Nope. In fact, I'm not going to break anything of yours, Fish. What good would that do me? No, sir. I've got my sights set on this ladder right here. Yeah, you like that run? You like your survival care? Well, guess what? It ain't there no more. You like your ability to go and check through the foundation? I'm gonna take that rung out too. You wanna get ahead personally? Well, and I invite you to take that jump. But don't fall down, boy.
It still doesn't make it impossible.
I'm sure you're right, Fish. If you were to cheat and or to use a person's disadvantage to your advantage, you could get ahead. And in that case, then we'd take you with open arms and on to the next level, son. But I don't think you're gonna get that chance.
Sir?
Go ahead. Dispose of them, boys.
No, sir. Sir, what are you doing?
Adios, Fish.
He's frisky, this one.
Let's see how he likes this.
Where are you taking me? No! Please!
Put this blindfold on him.
If it best not like to resist.
No! No, please, sir! I beg you!
Well, there it is. Ain't that the prettiest gruesome sight you ever seen? You two clean that mess up.
I'm not feeling so good all of a sudden.
I don't know how.
Let's get him off.
He disgusted me, that Fisher, but I fed off it. And even though I knew what he was saying was wrong, at least I could do the opposite of what he said. Oh well, easy come and easy go. I got a lot of signing to do over the next years anyways. I can't go on considering stupid things like Fisher now. I need to go ahead and get these papers signed while I still can. I need to keep up with the happenings of the Foundation.
The representatives of the highest levels are here with the petitions.
Okay, well, send them in. Well, I still have the energy and the strength to do something about it. I don't know what's come over me lately with my voice.
It's so shaky.
I'll send them in.
Yes, I appreciate your time.
And in other news, the sky has finally fallen and the Foundation has cracked outright in the lowest levels of the Foundation.
What's that? Who'd it fall on? Hold on a second, I want to hear this.
Once again, it's the lowest people in the Foundation who are most affected.
Oh, well, keep going then. I thought it might be something important.
And the man's wager fund continues to wage out of control and consume and annihilate everything in its path. It's a complete disaster that's depleting our Foundation and the Foundation as a whole to dangerously low levels of stability.
Where's that voice coming from?
Approval of the man is at an all-time low.
Just keep bringing the documents to me. I'll show them what's what. I'll knock them ladder rungs out one at a time.
The torturous events of the past several experiences have led some to question, has the man gone too far?
Has the man gone too far?
Now that's ridiculous. I'll have you know, no matter what you say, I intend to keep signing and get the machine ahead. I don't care who suffers. You can never go too far.
More scandals in the unveiling concerning the man and other parts of the machine.
They're all lies. Keep bringing me the documents.
And there doesn't seem to be anything the Foundation can do about it.
A complete stranglehold.
As the people wonder what happened to their survival care.
I told you, it's a thing of the past.
It all comes down to their survival care.
A man who makes the decisions on who can have and who cannot, and who can maximize the benefits and capital gains from the proceedings.
It's a matter of setting different levels for people depending on their placement on the ladder.
But don't worry, fine families of the Foundation. Our Foundation is the foundation that allows for less than lateral advancement up that lengthy ladder.
In other words, you're stuck. But you don't know it yet, so who cares, right?
And therefore, that's why we're reporting.
The man continues to assert his dominance over those of the Foundation who would oppose him.
They don't like it, but what are they going to do?
I dare you. Do anything. Give me that paper.
A group of peaceful protesters gathered outside the man's office today.
Give the man the can! Give the man the can! Give the man the can!
And that's all part of the plan.
Is that all you got? Shoot, I can put up a name calling forever. What y'all didn't notice was that I was getting my work done in here while you were wasting your time out there.
Until, on one startling day.
What? What the? It's broken. My hand is broken. I can't sign with it. It's useless. Give me the dog.
I'm afraid, Mr. Man, that due to the increased level of your recent signings, and of course due to the overall level of corruption within those of your close connections and dealing with the machine, this hand has now rendered itself useless in the eyes and ears of the people of the Foundation.
What? Useless? Then that'd mean I'm finished.
Look on the bright side, Mr. Man. You always could learn to sign with your left.
That's a ridiculous idea. I don't do so well with my right. I'll be darned if I'm going to learn with any other.
Then I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Man.
Now, hold on a cotton-picking minute here. I'm the man. Can't you chop an arm off of somebody else and give it to me? I have a lot of work to be doing here, you hear me? I'm the man. I'm making an order. Machine, where you at? Oh, I see how it's going to be.
If I'm useless, then I'm useless to the machine.
Is that the way of things? I get ahead personally for what, machine? For what? So I can get you ahead at all costs? I may be old and feeble, but I'll have you know I still haven't lost my ability to manage. You hear that, machine? I'm not done yet.
Praise you for that, sir.
Is that you, Fisher? I thought you were dead.
No, sir, not quite.
Well, you certainly look like you are, but that's not much worse than where I am right now, I guess. Fish, you're the only person who's stuck beside me. You did all that here, and I treated you worst of all.
I forgive you, sir. Now let's get you out of here.
You know, Fish, I don't deserve this.
You were led astray by forces greater than yourself, sir. How are you to know?
Exactly, but I can't help but feel if I could have just kept that survival care for the masses thing going, that was the gateway for everybody right there, Fish. That was the one good thing I could have done. Then I got caught up with capital gains like everybody else.
You did the best you could.
I know, but then I kept having this dream, Fish. It's disturbing.
Tell me about it, sir.
I'm always in a crowd of people, and my guards are there and everything, but one of them pulls out a pistol and then shoots me.
And then what?
Well, because I'm the man, you know, I can do anything. I can stop time, and I do. And then when everyone and everything is standing there, still frozen in motion, I pull you in front of me, Fish, and then the clock starts ticking again, and you get hit.
It would be an honor to take a bullet for you, sir.
You mean that, Fisher?
Absolutely.
Well, I thought you'd be upset.
Not at all, sir.
Well, it makes me upset, you know, now that you've been so kind to me and all.
And maybe you should have a nightcap, sir. It's been a long day.
And when I wake up from my dreams, I sometimes realize that aside from being the man, I'm also a man. And so I'm capable of doing things both good and bad, just like any man is. And that's why I thank you for helping me come to that conclusion, Fisher. From now on, I'm going to do all I can to do right. It's time we get the foundation back on track here. Trust is what our foundation is founded upon. And through thick and thin, you've always been the one person I can count on, Fish.
I couldn't agree with you more, sir.
Cheers. What? Oh, what?
Just relax, sir. It will all be over in a few minutes. Allow the pain to wear off and try not to struggle too much. You've done that enough.
Fisher!
Quick with it then. Get the former man's jacket off his back before his body gets too cold for it to wear.
Looks like he's lost a twinkle in his eyes, the old man has.
Give the jacket to me.
Here you go, man. Don't forget it was me who handed it to you first.
What did you call me?
He called you the man.
Yes, I like the sound of that. That has a nice ring indeed. Almost like...
Like he was moving up the ladder like.
Take him away.
Yes, sir, Mr. Man, sir.
Congratulations, sir. Welcome.
Welcome to the machine.
Yes. And that's how it goes. Sometimes you have to be bold. Sometimes you have to try new jackets on for size, new phrases. I am the man. I am the man. It has a nice feel. Very comfortable. It's a tragic tale, but one that has to be told. Until there's something done about the machine, then the machine continues to rule. It has nothing to do with him or me. A machine has no face, and so neither does the man. Even if he wears many, the objective and function is always the same. You may think every so often you're the one who chooses. You might think you've got it figured out, and you're the one who takes it to the man. But make no mistake. Oh yes, it's the man who takes it to you.